People's names actually mean. For instance, what's your last name, sir? What's your last? Moore. Thank you. Actually, I've got it. That means handsome. That's right. And your first name?
Jerry.
Jeremy? That means not Barry. Now, another thing I like to do, I keep up with the news. I guess most people do. I have a bit of a problem. I don't have a whole lot of time to read the paper. So I do it kind of in a strange way. I take the paper, I tear it, then I read bits and pieces of the news as I come to it. At least that way I get some of the news. Let's see what we have here, guys. That's a sad story. Tornado hit cemetery. Hundreds found dead. Tough crowd, tough crowd. And here's a movie review. It's on that new movie, Constipated. Have you seen it? Yeah. It hasn't come out yet. So you guys might as well laugh. These jokes won't be getting any better, I promise you that right now. I had this guy one day. He said, well, they can't get any worse. I said, you haven't seen the whole show yet. Hey, here's a little medical news. Researchers have found that diarrhea is actually hereditary. Yeah, it runs in your genes. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, each one of us uses approximately one 100-foot Douglas fir tree and wood and paper products each and every year. By recycling just 1 ton of paper, we save 17 mature trees, 7,000 gallons of water, 3 cubic yards of landfill space, 2 barrels of oil, and 4,100 kilowatt hours of electricity. By recycling paper instead of making things from raw material, we create 74% less air pollution. So the next time you or your parents read the paper, please don't throw it away. Make it new again. Recycle. Thank you. That's where you're supposed to clap, guys. I'll ask you if I have to. Here's an interesting story. At one time, there was 3 to 5 billion passenger pigeons in North America.
No. What?
Now, when these birds flew over your head, they darken out the sky. Their flocks be up to 300 miles long and up to a mile wide. And when they flew into the forest, these birds were everywhere. But then European settlers came to North America. They started hunting passenger pigeons. They'd use them for everything from hog feed, fertilizer, and of course human consumption. Before long, their numbers started to dwindle. In 1896, the last large flock of passenger pigeons, consisting of about 250,000 birds, were killed. The people shooting this last large flock knew it was the last large flock. They didn't care. March 24th, 1900 in Pike County, Ohio, the last wild passenger pigeon was shot and killed by a 14-year-old boy by the name of Press Southworth. Only 14 years later, at Cincinnati, Ohio Zoo, the last captive passenger pigeon died. Well, obviously, folks, this isn't really a passenger pigeon. It's simply a domesticated dove. I'd love to be able to use a passenger pigeon. The problem is, when something becomes extinct, it's gone forever. I go through more birds that way. Well, this is the new segment here, guys, so let's hope this turns out, okay? I hope you like this. I'm going to take this torch. Oh, I get the lighter first. Oh, beautiful. I'm going to light this torch in remembrance of the 33.8 million acres of rainforest we destroy every year. Along with the rainforest destroying numerous species of animal and, of course, plants. Now, around 2,000 species of tropical plant have been found to have cancer-fighting agents. Unfortunately, we're destroying about 100 species of plant and animal every day. Within 100 years, there'll probably be no rainforest left if we keep having this current rate of destruction. Along with that, all those insects, mammals, and of course birds will be gone. Now, even if we just lose one species of plant or one species of bird, it's very detrimental. If this was a tropical bird and it was to eat a piece of fruit, swallow the seed, fly over the canopy of the rainforest, and then, do what birds do, it would help spread that plant by spreading the seeds. So everything is linked together in one way or another. Now, in a very odd way, you take just a piece of plant and feed it to something like a bird. It swallows that plant, flies into the rainforest. It spreads the plant. Another bird eats it. What happens then? That bird does what? Produces an egg. And that, my friend, is the chain of life. Only one problem with that trick, I always get egg on my hand. Can you use your shirt for just a second?
Yeah.
No, okay. Not the first one to tell me no, trust me.
Here, Richard.
Happened a lot.
Can't do it. Heavy ass camera.
It shouldn't be that funny. I gotta hurt my feelings. I've got a little friend right here. Let's see if I can get him to come out. Oh, I've got an avalanche. Step up. This is the Hans macaw. This is the world's smallest species of macaw. This bird, along with most of the birds you'll see here at Rainforest Adventures, it was donated. It used to be somebody's pet. A lot of times people purchase animals not realizing what they're getting into. This is a big responsibility. This bird lived 20 to 25 years. That's nothing compared to our cockatoos that can live 60 to 70 years. And the scream from a cockatoo can be heard up to 3 miles away. I have an umbrella cockatoo. And it's a good thing I wasn't holding that over someone's head, you know what I'm saying? That would have made a mess. I have an umbrella cockatoo at home. Every night when I go home, I'm greeted by screams and yells. If they're up to 3 miles away. Yeah. Then my wife gets the bird upset. Now this bird actually belonged to someone that had emphysema. Good thing I used deodorant this morning. Yeah, it's all fun and games until someone loses a nipple. You know what I'm saying? Get out of there. This bird actually belonged to someone that had emphysema. Because of that, he learned how to cough. Want to cough? Here, cough. And he also does a real nice alarm. There we go. Go beep. Now, no, you don't. I want everyone to yell real loud, "Hey, baby." Hey. What's up? Sorry, guys. That's the only way to get flirted with anymore. That's sad. Ow, he bit me. Must not have seen what happened to that last bird. Get in there. This next animal is one you'll be very familiar with. Somebody in the audience may actually own one of these. This is a ferret.
Oh, I got one.
You didn't know it was that kind of show, did you? Ferrets have been domesticated for about 2,500 years. They originated from the eastern or the western European polecat. At one time, this animal was very popular with rabbit hunters. See, they take the ferret, put it down a rabbit burrow. The ferret would chase that rabbit out, And the hunter will either net or shoot the rabbit. Now you can see how flexible he is. And how easy it is. I am so sorry. That's gonna stink. I'll probably come down the road and give you a chance to pet this ferret. If you'd like to pet him, just gently pet him on the back. Now this is a different species of ferret than the black-footed ferret that's found in the western United States. At one time, the black-footed ferret was thought to be extinct. Then in 1981, a dog by the name of Cinch brought his owners a strange little creature. Turned out to be a black-footed ferret. Fish and Wildlife went out looking for more and found 130. Unfortunately, by 1986, that population of ferrets was down to only a handful of animals because of distemper. The last 18 black-footed ferrets were gathered up, brought into captivity, and bred. Slowly, their offspring started to be released. I'm happy to say today, we now have black-footed ferrets back in the United States, as well as Mexico. Now, the reason the black-footed ferret almost went extinct in the first place, their food items started to disappear. They eat primarily prairie dogs. A lot of cattle ranchers don't like prairie dogs. They make big holes in their fields and they start to poison. When you take one animal away from the wild, it truly is a chain of life that affects a lot of other creatures. I'm going to go ahead and put her back up. Isn't she cute? We just get that bladder problem taken care of. Guys, this next animal is a little hard to hold on to. This could take a second. This is a hedgehog. This is an African dwarf hedgehog. There's 14 different species of hedgehog. They come from Asia, Africa, and Europe. I believe its defense is pretty obvious.
So what?
It has somewhere between 5,000 to 7,000 of these little spines. And when it's nervous, it'll ball up in this ball, stick those spines up in the air. Then he makes a noise that kind of sounds like a train. He goes, he'll jump at you a little bit, but he never goes woo woo. Could you imagine being a hungry animal and trying to take a bite out of there? Go ahead and try it, honey. Take a big bite. Big bite. No? It looks a lot like a porcupine, doesn't it? But he's not related to the porcupine. He's related to moles and shrews. He's an insectivore. He can eat up to 100 insects in one night. So he's great for pest control. He has little bitty eyes. He doesn't see very well. Hunts primarily by sense of smell. I'm going to come down the road. I'm going to give you a chance to touch this hedgehog. If you'd like to touch it, just gently touch it on the back. Now, he's really used to being handled, so he'll keep those spines down for the most part. Guys, there's a lot of hands. I'll have to move a little quickly. I can't stay in one spot while I do this. Reach out there quickly, but gently. It won't hurt. If you don't get a chance to touch a hedgehog, rub that guy's head later on. That looks like that feels about the same right there. Now, these spines won't come loose in your hand. They do shed them periodically, just like you shed your hair, just a little kind of fast. There we go. But not as part of their defense. Come on down here and sit, guys, if you want to touch stuff. So I can't keep waiting for you. There you go. Females give birth to 4 to 6 young after only a 35-day gestation period. Not very long at all. We breed quite a few of these right here at Rainforest Adventures. A lot of people are keeping these as pets, and they make pretty good pets. One nice thing about them, they're not social creatures, so you don't have to feel guilty about just having one. And they're pretty easy to take care of. We feed ours primarily dry cat food. We also give them crickets and mealworms. Now once you feel this animal, I'm sure you'll figure out why ancient Romans used to use them for hair brushes. They called them urchins. That's where we get the name for the sea urchin. Now one thing about this hairbrush, if I squeeze it too hard, it comes with its own mousse. Unfortunately, Europe's losing a lot of hedgehogs for the very same reason. We're losing box turtles and a lot of other animals here in the U.S. They're getting run over. The automobile is one thing this animal can't compete with. As we're putting back up, please bear with me. It takes me a little while longer to get in this little carrier that doesn't get him out. This could take a second. That was mean, wasn't it? Yeah. But it was funny. You guys have to overlook me. You see, I'm a big kid. I never grew up. I think that's a good thing, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
Now, one of my favorite hobbies, I love magic tricks. Anybody here like magic? Can I see hands? Oh, quite a few, that's a good thing. I've got a magic trick right over here. I sure hope you like this. Now, this isn't anything big or fancy. I'm not going to cut anybody in half or anything like that. I tried that with my sister when I was a kid.
Did it work?
I no longer have a sister. But I do have two half-sisters. This is a true story. I was getting ready to do this trick one day, and there's this little girl in the audience. And she started yelling, "It's cheese!" She thought it was string cheese. I said, "I hope not, sweetheart. I'm getting ready to cut it." Feel free to explain these jokes to the children if you'd like. And the blondes.
There you go, Lisa.
It's okay. I can talk slower. Now, with any luck, I'll be able to put this rope back together. About this. This is very difficult. So wish me luck.
Good luck.
I need a little music right now. I guess you have children, right? You do. I hope that wasn't from any kind of special club. You know what I'm saying? This itsy spider wouldn't be good for that at all. Okay, now when I want to say the magic word, abracadabra. See, it's back together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's not easy doing this magic. It takes a lot of time, effort, practice, lots of practice. Okay, that's not how that was supposed to work out. But I know what I did wrong. I forgot to use my brand new magic wand. Would you like to see my new magic wand? Isn't that nice, huh? Isn't that nice? You know what I found out? Us adults, we're not as magical as children. So I'm gonna need a little help. Who wants to help me out? Let's see some hands. Oh, this is tough. Oh. Let's get this little one right here. I want you to stand right there, sweetheart. Right on that trap door. There you go. Now, what's your name?
Quit.
Kalia? Really? I love that name. You know why I like that name so much? That was my name when I was a little girl. She has no expressions on her face whatsoever. I'm kidding. My name was Betsy. Let me get a wand out for you, Clea. I could just burst into flames right now. You'd look the same, wouldn't you, sweetheart? He's on fire. How old are you? You're fine? Wow. You just had your birthday. Well, happy birthday, sweetheart. You know, you'll be 15 when this is over. Almost there. You did great. Scared the poop out of that one right there, didn't you? This is pretty simple, sweetheart. What? It is long. What up? It's longer than a lizard. Or a snake. Yeah, depending. Now, what I want you to take the wand, wave it over the rope, and say abracadabra. Can you do that for me? Here we go. I didn't say hit me with it, did I? That was the first sign of a smile I seen on her whole face. I said, that's really, here, just wave it over the rope and say abracadabra. You hit me again, did you see that? Let's take a look. Give her a round of applause. Take a bow. Take a bow. Take a bow. You did? Okay. That's not a kid. That's a robot, isn't it? You don't have me fooled. I just did.
Oh,
this has been kind of a rough show so far. I got an egg on my hand. My bird bit me. I was nearly beat to death by my own magic wand. And a lot of times during this part of the program, I do get bit. If I don't get bit, I'll probably have the bathroom. Either which way, people seem to enjoy it for some strange reason. Everybody but me. Fortunately, I have this brave young lady on the first row. Anything goes wrong, she has my back, right? All right. Well, let's hope these animals are in a good mood. If we're real quiet, we may find out what kind of mood these animals are in. They don't sound like they're in a good mood, do they? You know what's really interesting? Every time these animals make that chattering noise, all the married men in the audience look at their wives like, yes, dear? It's okay, it's a female that bites me. I'm trying to get a male out. Put her down. There's a little newspaper. Sort of the way you jumped, I wish I had newspaper on the bleachers. I might have to get the mop bucket out after the program. What a nice crowd. You throw things at them, politely hand it back to you. Nothing to be afraid of. Until you hear me yell, get it off, get it off. Not a bad bite. Just doesn't feel good. Really is the girl that bites me. Trying to get that boy out. Hold that boy. What are you looking so nervous about? My hand's in the box. Well, that's the biter right there. Where you at? Got 3 of them in there. This is a sugar glider. Sugar gliders come from New Guinea and northern Australia.
Hey, grab my phone in my pocket so
all the way down the east coast of Australia, Tasmania. They call them sugar gliders because they love sweet fruit and nectar. Ew. Ugh. There's a lesson for you, kids. Any job you ever have in life, you'll put up with a little bit of that, trust me. Sugar gliders come from New Guinea and northern Australia, all the way down the east coast of Australia to Tasmania. They call them sugar gliders because they love sweet fruit and nectar. They'll also eat insects, and they can glide just like a flying squirrel. They have a membrane between the front leg and the back leg, and they'll stretch it out the bottom. Now, even though they're not related to a flying squirrel, they come from a similar type of habitat, so they're adapted in the same manner. That's why it has that long, thick, fluffy tail out down it through the air. They're marsupials. The female has a pouch where the babies develop. It's like a kangaroo. Gestation for this animal is only 16 days. But then the baby goes in the pouch for another 60 to 70 days. Now this is a girl. I can tell it's a girl by looking at it. If it was a boy, it'd have a bald spot on top of its head. And as funny as that sounds, why are they looking at you, sir? As funny as that sounds, that bald spot is actually a scent gland. He'll rub it, then he'll rub the rest of his body. He'll transfer that odor all over his body and help him attract a female. Just like wearing a cologne. Once a female comes around, he'll rub it again, and then he'll rub her. A marker, like a stinky engagement ring. Now these animals are nocturnal, they're active at night. They live in holes in trees during the day. Sometimes they try to get my shirt like it's a hole in a tree. A lot of people are keeping these as pets. They can make okay pets. But you have to remember, they're going to be active at night while most people are sleeping. And they're social creatures, so you really should have more than one. I've got to get right over here, guys. Let me squeeze by you here. You don't want me walking that way. That's a little too close. You don't want to see that view. There we go. All right. Now this animal is very new to Rainforest Adventure, so obviously it's new to the show.
Whoa. Oh. Oh. Oh my God.
This is an Argentine tegu. Now, even though this animal is found in southern Florida, it's actually been introduced to South Florida. I'm sorry, even though it's introduced to South America, it's been introduced to southern Florida. A lot of people in South Florida will go out to feed their dog or their cat and they'll find a tegu eating out of that food bowl. They are omnivores, they eat both plant material as well as meat. Like I said, big long forked tongue, just like a snake, it's picking up odor particles. Now, this is a male. Females don't get quite this big, but a female can lay up to 30 eggs at one time. This is one of the more intelligent species of lizard. Even a wild caught one will tame right down once they know that you're not a threat to them. Now, a lot of the animals I use in the show, I don't give names to. This one's so special, I gave it a name. Its name's Casanova. There's a good reason for it. See that big tongue? It gives out the best kisses. Let me see your cheek. Here we go. All right, come on. There we go. Oh, watch where that leg's going, lady. Just a little right there. Is this your husband? Yeah? You've kissed worse. Come on. I'm going to come down the road. I'm going to give you a chance to get a kiss from Casanova.